It is time for another theme park coasting top 10 video, where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Legoland Billund. Starting off at number 10, we have Ice Pilot School. And no matter whether you want the most intense experience of your life or just a calm and relaxing one, then this ride has you covered. Through the use of a touchscreen at the front of the queue line, before you even get onto the ride itself, the excitement begins with you being able to pick your very own thrill level, and then throughout the movements displayed on the screen, design your ride sequence. But it does not stop there, as once boarded this giant arm, what you have just done comes to life, with you as the test subject. How cool is that? So despite the lack of theming on this ride, there is no doubt in my mind that this is a must-do. It is time for our first roller coaster on the list, as taking the number 9 position we have Flying Eagle, where if you are brave enough to ride and are above the height of 1 meter, you will get the opportunity to jump aboard your very own Lego Eagle for a roller coaster experience that you will never forget. Featuring such elements as bank turns, drops, airtime hills, helixes, as well as many twists and turns along the 2 laps which you will complete from the second that your lap bar has been lowered, you will know that you are in for a treat. Nevertheless, what makes this ride so amazing for me is the theming, as everything from the queue line to the car to even the station building and surrounding area immerses you in this wilderness world. Who here is competitive? Well, I sure am, and if you are too, then you must take a ride on the Temple, as similar to Lost Kingdom Adventure or Laser Raiders that you would typically find at the other Legoland parks. You will get the opportunity to enter into the mysterious temple on the hunt for the hidden treasure. However, this is not all easy exploring, as along your way you may discover earthquakes, villains and live mummies that you will need to use your laser gun to stop. The question is though, can you get the highest score in your group and become the temple champion or not? If you are heading to Legoland Billund on a hot Danish day, then you have to jump aboard our number 7 spot Viking River Splash, as it has taken the word soaking to the next level. Opening back in 2007, this has been a fan favourite for a while now, but by no means does it mean it is a bad ride at all, as you and up to 8 others will set off into some of the most choppy waters on a rapid style boat. Although we are nowhere near done yet, as in addition to all of this, you will also see many Viking scenes which may get you a little bit wet, lush scenery and a final lift before a humongous drop, finishing off the ride with a splash. For our number 6 spot on our top 10 list, we have Lego Ninjago The Ride, where if you think you have what it takes to become a ninja, it will put your skills to the test. Nevertheless, before we do begin to talk about the ride itself, I have to mention the queue line, as even though it is a dreaded cattle pen, the amount of interactive activities that you can do makes it almost better than the ride itself. But wow, is the ride great too. Similar to the temple, this is another laser attraction, but with a little bit of a twist, as instead of using a gun whilst heading around all the 3D scenes, you will move your hands like a ninja to stop the bad guys and save the day. How awesome does that sound? Top 5, what, and I never thought I'd be saying this, but coming in for this position, we have the Dragon. Now before you all start yelling at me for this decision, just hear me out, as this dragon is not the same as the others. Of course, you wouldn't have the Dragon without great theming and storylines throughout, and this one is no exception, with the beginning of this ride showing you what life is like in the castle. Although after this, despite the better scenery, there are a lot less thrills, with there only being 2 outdoor helixes at a steady speed for the entire layout. Therefore, do not get me wrong, I still love this attraction, but I think it deserves the number 5 spot. Thrill seekers, are you ready? Because taking our number 4 position, we have Apocalypse Sky Battle, which in my opinion is the most intense ride at the park, and I think just looking at it you can see why. In a nutshell, if you are brave enough to ride, once boarded your plane you will notice 2 levers next to you, but we will get onto that later on, as firstly you will both be tilted and lifted 14 meters into the air. Here is where it gets cool though, as by using the levers which we mentioned earlier attached to your car, you can spin completely 360, meaning that if you want to spin upside down non-stop, you can do that, whereas if you just want to glide through the air and enjoy the views, you sure can do that too. Comment down below though, what would you do? We have made it to the top 3 rides at the park, and coming in for this position we have X-treme Racers, and with it being themed to Lego Technic, already this is a must do at the park. Nevertheless, the ride does not disappoint either. As soon as you have boarded and your lap bar has been lowered, you will head around your standard Fuhrmann layout, consisting of many sharp drops, turns and airtime hills at a max speed of 60 km an hour. However, we have only just begun to talk about this ride, as Legoland has added their touch towards the attraction with a really awesome Lego Technic vehicle and a few surprises along the way, causing even the biggest thrill seeker in the group to put their hands in the air like they just don't care. Between number 2 and 1 it was tough. However, after a lot of consideration, we have decided to put Emmet's Flying Adventure Masters of Flight at the number 2 position. Situated within the new Lego movie world, from the moment you walk into this land, you will feel as if you are actually within the movie, and this only continues through the ride, as after the highly themed queue and pre-show, you will get to board the triple decker couch. Yes, you heard me right, the triple decker couch, and during your flight around various Lego movie lands with Emmet, this couch will move in every direction imaginable, in addition to maybe having a few special effects along the way. So if this does not make you want to ride, I honestly do not know what will. We have made it to the number 1 spot, and for the best ride at the park we have Polar Explorer, and if I was going to talk about every great thing on this ride, we would literally be here all day. But to start from the beginning, as soon as you are sat down on this roller coaster, and for the best experience we would recommend the front row, you will rise to 63 feet in the air before a series of bank turns, airtime hills and helixes throughout the incredibly themed Arctic mountains. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention, and spoiler alert, in advance halfway through the ride there is a 16-foot drop. So yeah, for all of this and so much more, including the view of the real penguins at the end, a trip to Legoland Billund is no way near complete without a ride on Polar Explorer. That is it from our top 10 video today. Of course, you'll have your own opinions and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, at the top we have got 2 videos that we know you would love, and at the bottom there is our Patreon as well as subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom from Theme Park Coastin, and I will see you for the next video. Goodbye.